let's get into this audio we have. This is John Middlekauff, I believe is how you pronounce his name. He's a former scout for the Philadelphia Eagles. I believe he now works with Colin Cowherd. He thinks that Drake Maye is going to be the guy for the Commanders. Let's hear his explanation here.
Getting around a little bit because I had heard, I watched Jaden Daniels, some highlights of Middle League Neighbors. He's clearly a really talented player, and he's going to go in the top 5. And I got some buzz that he's a really good prospect like a couple weeks ago. When I say buzz, just texting with people that do this for a living, that go through LSU. And then talking to people yesterday, I would say everyone agreed that they think Drake Maye is going to be the number 2 pick. When you factor in Adam Peters' history, when you factor in Dan Quinn's history, think about the guy Dan Quinn had the most success with, Matt Ryan. Think about who he's been with the last couple of years. Dak Prescott, who's really not a mobile guy. Adam Peters, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, and then Jimmy Garoppolo and Brock Purdy. Like, when you think about the guys that they've had success with, they weren't like Jaden Daniels, who is much more of this hybrid guy. I mean, he's closer, if he hits, more Lamar. Or if Drake Maye hits, he's much more, I don't know, like Ben Roethlisberger or something. I mean, people believe he could get up to like 240, 245 pounds in a couple years. He's huge. I mean, Nick Saban offered him $5 million to transfer from North Carolina this offseason. Alabama offered them $5 million. Mac Brown didn't say the team, but it was pretty clear it was them. Because it wasn't LSU. I guess it could have been A&M, but a lot of people, myself included, believe it was Alabama. So, from what I was told, people think it's going to be Drake Maye with the number 2 overall pick.
Man, getting back to his point there, if you're Drake Maye, how do you turn down $5 million to go play for a better program where you're going to have a chance to compete for a national title?
Somebody around there at least ponies up 2.5 or something.
He probably got a decent. Yeah.
I'm sure that was it $5 million?
But I'm sure it wasn't the same.
And I know Carolina's not going to be in the college football playoff.
Cakes, they don't have sup dogs there.
It's a good point.
They only have sup dogs at North Carolina.
Very good point.
In East Carolina.
That's true. It's very true.
I kind of buy it. I kind of do buy it. Originally, remember, we go around and around. We've been talking about it for months. Everyone's sick of it. I get it.
Talking about the same guys,
included.
Same things. Yeah.
Okay, but you do get little pieces of information that come out, so you want to debate it. But if you really, really think about it, the priors, the preconceived notions going in was that he would go number 2.
Right.
And, we go through all these machinations, and we go through the J.J. McCarthy hype and the Jaden hype. And I think those guys are all going to be have potential to be quality quarterbacks. At the end of the day, they probably are going to be enamored with all of the physical attributes that Drake Maye has.
He's a polarizing guy. I got to
it.
tell you, he is a polarizing guy because there are some people that love him.
Yeah.
We've talked about this for weeks, from Hasselbeck to Joel Klatt.
Yep.
But there are some that believe he has bust written all over him. You know a name that I saw in terms of a comparison to Drake Maye that scared me?
Yeah.
And it had to do with kind of his pro day, and it was Christian Hackenberg.
Oh, well, that's a horrible
That
comp.
Hackenberg, yeah, but coming out of college, like, oh, he's big. He's got a great arm. He's a prototypical body. He had all of those measurables.
Like Hackenberg wasn't in college.
Hackenberg wasn't the runner and the athlete that made it.
I'm just saying that was one comparison I saw. And then I just saw this yesterday. There's a guy from ESPN. He's an analytics guy, Bill Connolly. And he just looked at advanced stats to then find comps of the prospects with quarterbacks that have been in the league. And this will scare you for Drake Maye. The comps that he comes up with, just using the data. Now, this is based on the stats during college, but just using the data, the 2 comps for Drake Maye were Jake Browning, undrafted in 2019, and Jordan Tiamu.
Isn't he your DC Defenders quarterback?
Yes.
He was.
Who made that comparison?
Yeah.
Jake Browning has a noodle arm. I watched him 4 years at Washington. He can't throw to the sideline.
Drake Maye was 1,000,000 times better than Tiamu in college.
I'm just telling you, it's an ESPN analytics guy.
Okay, that's the guys that go. They just look at the
data
numbers.
driven. Yes. But
I think you got to go
there
by.
are a lot of opinions that Drake Maye is not going to be ready.
What are their analytics that they're using? What are the fundamentals that they're using to come up with that? Are they just doing it because
He
of
doesn't
height
know.
and weight and that kind of stuff?
No.
Or they just have an opinion and scream analytics.
I mean,
They could.
I do feel like some people do that.
They could, no doubt. But you're right. I mean, not everyone loves him. Some people love him. Some people compare him to Josh Allen. Some people compare him to Herbert. But it's about, if it's about upside, I could see Quinn and Kingsbury and Peters going, all right, this is the guy. He's tall. He's got a really good arm. He can run. He's good in the pocket. Good kid. Could be a leader. He's going to add weight.
I think you can make the argument, and see, I would go the other way on this, that he might be a safer pick because he just looks like he's going to be more durable than Daniels. I think Daniels is the most exciting player.
Yeah, because of the running ability, sure. But he may not be ultimately the better quarterback.
I agree.
We just don't know.
Nobody knows.
No one knows.
I believe me, I would love to have Jaden Daniels' skill set and watch him. I feel like he would make us instantly competitive, and Drake Maye may not, but Drake Maye might be a safer bet.
So the guy
more available and is going to develop.
The guy Connolly said that they were looking at Maye's combination of efficiency, pressure avoidance, and zone over man preferences. And that's where he came up with that comp. And he doesn't have great comps for Jaden Daniels either. He compared him most closely with Hendon Hooker and Justin Fields.
I got to look at
And he's got McCarthy to Stetson Bennett and Tua.
I got to look at our Zach Kruger stat.
Well, some analysts don't like any of the guys.
Yeah, I mean, remember we said that out of the 21
Kurt Warner, I don't think he liked anybody.
Yeah, out of the 21 quarterbacks, I guess that had been drafted the 2 prior years, only 2, Trevor Lawrence and Brock Purdy, are going to be starting this year.
Yeah, I saw
That's
some
incredible.
I saw some list. Maybe it was on CBS Sports yesterday when they went through the first-round quarterbacks drafted in the last 15 years, and they had 4 categories. They had home run. They had, I don't know, just call it successful. They had mixed results, and they had miss. Okay? I don't know how many total quarterbacks it was, but the percentage on misses was freaking high. It was like 50.
Yeah.
It was like 50%. Of first-round quarterbacks.
First round,
yeah. Of misses, that means Zach Wilson. That means RG3. You know, first-round quarterbacks that just had terrible careers and who are either out of the league now or just backups.
There's massive pressure on Adam Peters.
There's
and
massive
his
pressure. And then the amount of home runs was very small. I think it was 7%.
Yeah, I've said this for weeks. I think the pick, and nobody knows what Adam Peters thinking, it comes down to projection versus production. If they're going to project it out, I do think that that's Drake Maye. But I think just based on what everybody's saying, that Drake Maye maybe needs more time. He's played less football in the last couple of years. He's younger. And if you want production, it's going to be Jaden Daniels. Now, the scary part is, EB, you're right. He could end up getting hurt in a couple of years. That's kind of the scary thing with his frame.
Well,
but you'll probably get immediate
hurt
production
they all
from
could.
Jaden Daniels.
We've seen how many quarterbacks get banged
Quarterbacks
up.
they're all going to get hurt.
Always seeing backups and third stringers.
Yeah.
That's true, but, and I want to stipulate to that. That's my point. They all get hurt. But a guy with his frame looks like he's going to have a propensity to maybe get more hurt. They're all going to get hurt. It's a given. He might get hurt more.
Here's the final tally real quick.
Does Joe Burrow look like he's going to get hurt?
I don't know.
Well, the guy missed last season.
He's
and then
been hurt,
with
But that's my
ACL.
point. That's my point. They all get hurt. But I do think a guy with his frame has a propensity to get hurt more.
Sorry, real quick. So 46 quarterbacks over the last 15 years drafted in the first round. Home runs, they had 7 out of 46. All right, guys like Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Mahomes.
Did they put
the
Tua
obvious.
as a home run?
They
or
put
they're mixed?
They put Tua as a solid result.
Who's this?
Tua.
No, but who's doing this?
CBS. It was Cody
Okay.
Benjamin. And I'm sure there was probably a team of people. They had, all right, so 7%. Or sorry, 15%, 7 out of 46. Solid result, just 3, 6%. Mixed result, 9. Incomplete, 4, and those are the guys like Bryce Young, who, rookies last year. Misses 23 out of 46, 50%. So based on that
Give me
number,
some of those misses. Just give me some of the names.
Oh, I mean, Zach Wilson, RG3, Tim Tebow, Blaine Gabbert, Christian Ponder.
Some of those
Bunch of
you
guys.
could see Like even Tebow.
Marcus
most people don't.
Drake Maye-
Mariota.
Drake May is it's a risk because he hasn't done it enough in college, and he could end up being Justin Herbert or Josh Allen, or I know it was a polarizing name, but this one guy said Christian Hackenberg. Like, whoa.
But if you watch Christian Hackenberg, he's so much better than Christian Hackenberg. Hackenberg was not a good quarterback in college. I'm sorry, he wasn't.
I think we've had Kurt Warner on the show before, right? I would love to get him again.
Trace McSorley was 20 times better than Christian Hackenberg as a college quarterback.
That's not even close.
Right.
I when I was driving to Sacred Heart, wherever it was, I listened to Warner's breakdown of Jaden Daniels. It was kind of fascinating. It sounds like
does he like him?
It sounded like he was pretty positive. He reads things differently. He was probably taught to read, but it sounds like he goes through his progressions.
Right.
There's a lot to like there, and he does that. He does a breakdown with all these guys.
That guy Ben Kirk, who does these breakdowns, he does not like Drake May.
Not a big fan. All right, a lot of differing opinions. All right, don't forget, when we come back, we'll give you a chance to win tickets to go see Live and Stone Temple Pilots at Jiffy Lube Live. Bank local, cheer local. In business, every day is game day. Business is always moving up or down, but never still. That's why the Main Street Bank team treats every day like game day. Main Street Bank is a business-focused community bank proudly serving the DMV since 2004. Visit mstreetbank.com to learn how to put our team in your office. Main Street Bank, member FDIC, equal housing opportunity lender.